Sorry everyone for that, I've been messing with the settings to try and get the quality up. I was looking back at the Monza race yesterday, and I'm sure it doesn't have to be that kind of blurry. But anyway, this should be back to usual. Let me check. Thanks, let me know how the stream is. I just wonder if YouTube is just struggling a bit at the moment. Because I'm not getting any big error messages at the moment. So I suspect this is kind of on the YouTube side actually. This race, by the way, is a Group 4 one make, but we don't know what the one make is, so we just kind of have to guess. Yeah, apologies about that with the stream before. I was getting a lot more error messages. I still think there's something not quite right with the streaming for some reason, but the settings on mine are the same as they usually are. Anyway, kind of YouTube stuff, I think. That's what people are driving. Phil in the RCZ. Alison buffering. Yeah, I just wonder if some of this is on the YouTube side. To be honest. Even KK? Other guys may still been chatting on the stream. To go back there. Yeah, it's not ideal. So sometimes just YouTube can just be a massive pain because they dynamically do the rendering and stuff like that. It's obviously a big pain on my side, so I just want to stream at high quality. The only thing I'm thinking now is that I've been messing around with this graphics card I bought, and I'm not on the graphics card at the moment, and I wonder if the computer is not actually using its internal graphics card at the moment, although it should be. Actually, everything looks fine right now. Hopefully the screen right now is looking pretty good. Thinking if it isn't broke, then don't touch it. So they touch it, it's going to right, yeah, no. Let's make this full screen. I guess it's a Sunday stream, so it's not just me racing, we're all racing in the lobby. So actually, if there's going to be an issue with the streaming, it's kind of the best time for me actually. That's it. I'm looking at it now, the quality just seems like it's not good. But I have bought a new capture card actually. I did buy a new, so should be able to stream in 4K in the future, which I hope will just get. Well, what's going on now? It's only like, yeah, it's because live videos take up a lot of bandwidth. And so YouTube compresses them, understandably, because otherwise they would just be dealing with horrendous amounts of data. Everything looks good on my end in terms of the screen I can see. So I wonder if Dr. Disrespect screen. Maybe YouTube can't handle. Yeah, I doubt it does. But even now, I'm looking at this stream in 1080p, and the quality is noticeably worse than when I normally stream with my usual settings, which makes me think that the encoder maybe is struggling. But I'm just going to look for a couple of minutes and I'm just going to jump in the lobby sometimes. The other very interesting thing is that there's much more of a delay now than usually is. Now the quality now looks better. Right, I'm going to jump in the car. Anyway, and hope YouTube doesn't fall over. 8-second delay. There should be a 10-second delay or 8-10-second delay. It feels like there's longer though. Feels strange the stream keeps. Yeah, it's a strange one, Phil. I don't know. I mean, let me know how it is because I can restart PC. I mean, there's a long time to go in the evening. I'm kind of tempted to restart and just maybe lower the settings a bit so it's not trying to do too much. Looking through now. Let me know what you guys think, because if the stream is too choppy, then rather than struggle with it, I'll just restart it. Because there's no point having a really choppy stream. And then in the meantime, I might kick off a race. It's a bit hard to see on my end because I'm also looking at a preview screen, so my computer's trying to do many things at once. I am getting a lot of error messages. Let's have a look at someone on track again, see the motion. Let's do To me, it looks a lot better now. It's kind of back to usual. Just another one thing to have me to worry about. I do want to have good quality because we are going to debut a couple of new liveries coming up as we make our debut for a new esports outfit. So I am quite excited about that. Thanks, Sam. Helping me out. It's looking pretty average at mine, so I'm just gonna crack on, and then we can always revisit it. Or it's not that important that we have super good quality. Let's get rid of that. Get the headset on. I'm gonna jump into a car, do a lap. We'll crack on. I should be okay at Monza, you think? Lap times are people setting. Low 57 is okay. So I'm going to jump out. Let's change this livery quickly before we spoil it. Jump out in the Aston like we did yesterday. The funny thing about the stream quality for me is that because I play in VR, the quality is so low. It's like playing on a PS2. So sometimes I look at the stream and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's pretty accurate. But actually the stream should look the same as it looks on the PS4 going into a TV. Anyway, new capture card should solve those problems. I think we can just jump into a race. Is everyone ready? Let's have a look. Are you jumping in, KK? If you had to restart YouTube out, I suspect that's not the problem on my end. I would hope. But KK, you're going to race if you jump in a car, and I'll kick it off unless you're just going to watch the first one. Well, it's a short race, so we'll kick off then. Let's do it. So actually an interesting race A coming up this week. Monza, 4 laps, Group 4. Actually a kind of legitimate race, and it's a grid start. And then race B, Group 3, 5 laps of Cataluyna, I think. which is also going to be a very good race. And then race C, I'm probably not going to bother with. I don't know if anyone's really into Tokyo Expressway tracks. I can't say I am massively. There's no false start here. Ow, getting a lot of wheels from off the line there. Seeing pilots like all three relatively well, maybe. It's one of those where I didn't really want to overtake. You kind of fill on the brakes, so what can you do? Two Ferraris there. Ooh, bit of chaos, that guy coming back on the track. I think I almost took out Steve there. Whoa, something crazy has happened here. There's been a death. Got Steve for company. Wow, Steve coming up fast. I'm going to follow you, Steve. Ferrari sounds great. Much more high pitched than this. Aston got another RCZ for company. This isn't going to work. I think you can just about do 2 wide through there. But 3 wide, absolutely not. Ooh, he's been squeezed out. Should we have a go here? Just get him on the back straight. Can't get tapped out there yet. Good move by the Audi. See, we've got Al behind. Whoops. Ooh, I thought we were going to... I'll turn the visual damage on so you can see the consequence of the hits, what's going to happen here. This one you can kind of do 3 wides. What are you going to do? That TT is braking really late. Making it through. Fair play. Seconds slower that lap. Golf nut. Good race with golf nut on Friday. biding our time here. Maybe we should dump this guy along the next straight. What are the brake balances here? -1. I feel like +1 was just better. Looks like it's getting interesting at the top there. Oops. Lots of penalties. Are people going to clear them in one lap? Alan Phil bearing me down. Parabolica is my weakest corner at Monza, I say. Should we go for it? Okay. Yep. A bit of World War III there. You kind of really have to make your mind up if you're going to brake early or brake late. Ooh, something's happened up here. Next hit, I think, can we... No, you can't really catch him. I think just set it up for Parabolica. Al might profit out of this, actually. Whoa, where'd that guy come from? You've got to let me know what happened there, Al, because unless he managed to cut the corner in quite a good way. Because he actually came flying down the straight. Hey Danny, yeah, sorry about the previous stream. There's some technical issues, I think, with YouTube. I think things on my side are as they've always been. My CPU usage and everything is nominal, as they say in spaceflight. So I think YouTube was just struggling for a bit. Sorry about that. I saw you wrote some comments on the previous stream about the F1 and stuff. Can't remember. Please feel free to Control C, Control V, and I'll come back to you. Okay, can we start to put your daughter to bed? They don't have those problems in F1, do they? So, Al, what happened at... He cut the corner, okay. But how did he cut it without... I assume you would just get reset if you tried to do that. Steve, what turn 1 lap 4? 2 cars... I don't know. But in coming out of Ascari on the last lap for me, the guy in the GTR just zoomed past. Anyway, if anyone's not playing by the kind of the rules per se, then we can always gently eject them from the ring. Thanks Revox NL for subscribing. Sorry about the technical issues. We are looking to... Well, we will be moving to a 4K setup There's a 4K card on the way. Doesn't mean you have to watch in 4K, it just means that the quality is going to be higher. Just open up the stream now and the quality looks pretty normal to me, so hopefully those problems are behind us. But thanks for the subscription onto the stream. Hey McFlurry, really good racing with you on Friday as always. Phil, GRT, kick him. Who's GRT? Or is he left anyway? Oh yeah, I should get the guy who cut the corner. Logged on, boss man. Nice. Welcome to logging on. And let me put this thing on. We'll get better at all of this. GTR, yeah. I don't know. Do we know who it was? Hang on. I just had the stream open. I can find out. And I can actually watch the moment. Here we go. Yeah, it comes zooming through. It was a Frenchman. I think he has departed this realm, this lobby. Fly, you're so fast for not much practice. I'm still correcting your car settings. Yeah, I know. Thanks from the car setting. I guess the car was too heavy, but the Civic race was weird because I had to leave the race. I had to leave the lobby to update the settings, which I should have done beforehand, so that's my fault. Then because I left the lobby, the reverse grid didn't work and I was put in front of the grid, so I had to pull over and let everyone else through, and then lost a bit more time. I was making up ground though, so I will correct that before next time. Right, everything looks good now with the stream settings. 60 FPS, no drop frames, 12,000 kilobits piping its way to YouTube servers every second, 50% CPU just running all of these animations. This takes up half my computer just to show you the screen. Sorry. Danny Smith, say hi to my daughter please. Her name is Esme. Hi Esme. I don't know if Esme's going to be an F1 star of the future, sim racing star. If you saw the Club 100 sprint finals today, Rihanna Percox was in the A final again. It's always good to see. She's about 1 billion miles faster than me. Super GT also in that final. Doing very well in the day. I won't spoil Super GT's result. Let me just agree with you, Phil. Signal my approval. Alcine said, well yeah, maybe it's a YouTube thing. Maybe Dr. Disrespect was streaming. I always get a bit concerned when I get lots of errors with the streaming because I want to make the streaming quality the best it can be, which is why I've bought this 4K capture card, which hopefully is going to be worth it in terms of just being a better quality stream and less of a headache. Thanks Steve, yeah please do hit that like and subscribe button. That's not how it works, is it? Hit the like button and feel free to subscribe. I think we're all set on this stream now. We can consign the old one to the bin of history. But Flo, you should just race well up for doing that day, you lost so much. Yeah, but it's a championship and everyone's so fair in that championship that it wouldn't have been right to just carry on from the front of the grid. You can't buy a good championship. That's not the right way of saying it. We're very lucky that we have the atmosphere in that championship where everyone wants to race fair. Although I understand there were some issues with other drivers in the party chat. Possibly. Right, should we race in a couple of minutes? And at some point we'll head over to Cataluyna. I don't know if you guys are really enjoying Monza or you're a bit bored of Monza, but we can head over to Cataluyna wherever. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, it's like the worst thing to do is when your stream's up, people have already smashed that like button, you know, chat's all bubbling, and then have to end it. It's like, it's really bad. It's the nuclear button. But I want to know I'm streaming in good quality. So we'll go for another race in a couple of minutes. Hopefully there's going to be some no issues. You've got McFlurry in the house, we've got Golf in the house, let's spectate it. We will debut, as I keep teasing, our new esports livery. We have signed up to an esports team now via our agent, so we will spill all the beans on that. Flurry, sure, okay. Don't know if you're going to join us, Danny Smith, in the lobby. We'll have to spectate. If you're going to spectate, let us know who your driver of the race is. I think Ian was looking very racy at Monza before the FIA. Oh, taking the shortcut, okay. I haven't seen the F1 today. I don't have Sky Sports plus the F1 package. But I do know the result. I won't spoil it, but it seems like a pretty incredible race, so I've got that on record. Hi Richard Holland, I'm sure this race has been. This race was in FIA yesterday, but it is going to be your daily race A Monday to Sunday next week. So there's going to be 7 days of Monza coming up in the Group 4 cars, grid start, 4 laps, and a pretty fun combo. Quite unique for a race A on a proper racetrack and kind of proper-ish racing cars. So that's why we're here. We're not just kind of just doing it. Right, I'm going to start the race. Let's go full screen. I feel like the streaming has started now. In fact, we haven't dropped a single frame for a few minutes, whereas there was a point where we were dropping every other frame pretty much. Brian in the house. Lots of people from the SSBB League. Wait for Brian to choose the car and then we'll jump in. I'm sure this race has been. It has been, but it's also coming up. What's the future tense of been? Is there a future tense of been? Has been, will be. This race has been and will be. That wasn't my finest hour, grammatical wise. In my defence, it is hard to think of a lot of things and stream. Yeah. Right, let's crack on. We are full screen, aren't we? Yeah. But feel free to join us, Richard, in the lobby as we practice race A, and then we'll head over to race B at Cataluyna. Monza. The Mons. Reverse grid. Me and Steve lining up close together. Oh, traction control on probably. I'm not cheating, honest. Where can we go? This isn't going to bode well. I need a bit of tarmac, please. Oops. That's the Pro 360 it. I just started saying that's the Pro move, and then come on now, let's make a move. Our bump draft. We can do it. Steve's waiting as well. We got to work as a team, really. Oh, I've got 1 second track penalty there. Definitely a lot of places to be made up, but I would say I'm probably going to get past this. That is a real risk in the daily race next week, that turn 1 chaos. And for being honest, I didn't help myself by coming in all on the grass, the Utsi style, in the Force India. Only 10 seconds off the leads. I really would like to follow someone through Parabolica. Actually, I should use a ghost there. Just kind of work it out. Maybe we'll do that this week. I'd really like to set a top 30 qualifying time. Nice. We've got to dispatch this Portuguese guy. If we can. What's that going to do here? Whoops. It's my bad, really. I'd say we're not really making that much headway. We're going to do a self-assessment on that too. Whoops. Might be a penalty there, the last bit. Just got away with it. Slightly better line, I don't know. Steve gets past Al there. Goldfelt with the fastest lap. Catching the leader, as he's probably got no slipstream. Just take it easy here. Yeah, Monza turn 1 and a grid start as well. I'll take my chances though. Just gonna do ability. This is going to be a one make as well, so not going to have that mismatch in kind of car performance at different parts of the track. What's going to happen here? Steve catching up with a good exit there out of Ascari. Can we make a move on the WRX? Getting into turn. Oh, we definitely are going to make a move. Steve with the fast lap of the race. Very fast lap there by Steve. Can we get ourselves to the inside? I thought that back bit was part of his livery. Now I can just see it's where I've hit him repeatedly. Didn't quite make the corner. No penalty, strangely, for that cutting the corner. Steve negotiating his way through treacherous waters there. Now, am I going to use this penalty? Steve's going to lose it, so I might be in a bit of trouble here. Maybe two to the rear is a bit too slimy. And what's the best way of doing this? Is it slowing down kind of? Okay, that definitely wasn't the best way of doing it. Yeah, that was tough times at the back. I know Steve, Alan, and myself, we caught up. I don't know what we think about reverse grids here at Monza. It might be one where actually reverse grids isn't the best idea, but I'll leave it open. I'm easy either way. Danny Smith, if any else fast enough to join you guys. Everyone is welcome. There's no speed requirement here. We just try and be clean. Is it? I guess. Full lobby, wow. Tom Fulcam, bro, everyone has Sky F1 for free. Was that today, or are you talking about kind of nefarious internet wink nudge? Richard Holland, my mistake, didn't see daily race practice on the screen. Keep streaming and learning a lot. Cheers. No worries. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you have any questions, just ping them in the chat. We always happy to answer them. Is this light just staying on red? I feel like it's red the whole time. Maybe I pressed the wrong button. Oh, it's run out of battery. Okay. It's meant to cycle through the colours, make it a bit more exciting. Hey Greg, hope you're well. Space in the lobby will open up if you want to join. No worries out, I was bumping the RCZ ahead quite a few times. It's good practice for the daily race. Greg, I have a question. Only your last manufacturer race of the same day that counts points. The last race you enter is where you keep the points. I don't know the best way of explaining it. The best way of explaining it is like that game called The Weakest Link, which probably wasn't in Brazil. That's not a good analogy. But in The Weakest Link, you could bank your score, or you could, by literally shouting bank at the presenter, or you could answer another question and risk it. And that's exactly how Gran Turismo modelled their FIA point scoring system. You have to shout bank and not enter another race. So if you enter another race, basically points in your previous race are wiped, and it's all up for grabs. Tom Fulcan today in Ireland. Ah, well, I'm sure with EU regulations I could have set up an Irish account or something. But in any event, I've got the highlights recording. Maybe I'll watch them tomorrow. But a good race for them to put on free. Because you could have an absolute snorefest, but it sounds like it was a cracker. I think that's the beauty of F1 is some races are really boring, in my opinion. And some races are really exciting, and they're more exciting because you put them in context against the boring ones. That made any sense? Very tricky to switch from TC to Red if you're going to start. Yes, some wheels will let you do that automatically. I don't know if you saw my start out, but I had a rapid start and I actually ran out of road. Prince Albert track vote. Not yet. Your only choice is Hero Cataluyna, I'm afraid. Nice livery from KK. We will be debuting some new liveries on the stream. Tom Fulcan, the best race in the last 5 years. Fact. Well, I'm glad I've got it recorded. I guess I'm annoyed I missed it, but it's a good thing for F1. It's like when Leicester won the Premier League football. It's a great thing for English football because it makes it possible again that other people can win without spoiling too much. Steve in the RCZ. Phil, I'm going to jump off the PS4 just watch. Thanks for the race. No worries, Phil. Good pace. I don't know if you're going to be doing these races next week. I'm glad the stream is working now. We are dropping a few more frames, but not. Brian in the RCZ as well. Greg, we did it again and got 4th and got less points. Yeah, that's the risk. So Andy and myself were talking about it on Saturday because Andy got a great result in the first race of the day and was like, well, that's it, I'm done. And we were talking about, well, if you're enjoying the race, should you just go again? Isn't that more fun than just looking at points and whatever? And we had that kind of debate. And I got a really good result in race 2 and I banked it, so I didn't go again. And here we are at Monza. I can't escape this place. I'm going to keep the races coming thick and fast, but let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you want to change up the reverse grid or not. I'm easy the way it is at the moment, but I'm often easy. I'm not sure if I'll risk this one. May do race C. Yeah, I'm just not really a fan of Tokyo Expressway. I don't know what other people think about it, but it's not my fave. Steve is looking very racy here, actually. Don't know if you got a good result in FIA, Steve, I can't remember. Danny, the stream keeps freezing at my end. I don't think that's my fault. I think it's YouTube. Let me just get it up again. Let me just check. So I know Jimmy B, my Club 100 friend, is also streaming, so his chat will be up in arms if that's not going well. Keep letting me know if there's issues, because I can always check on my end, but we were dropping a lot of frames before, which is a boring way of saying that the stream was always going to be choppy, but now the signal going to YouTube on my end is perfect, so I can't do anything about it. But I have today. I did buy a 4K capture card off eBay, so I'm hoping that in a few days this stream is going to be really crisp and really clear. So I've never been that satisfied with the quality either of this stream or most other streams I watch from other people. And I think it's because people generally use similar hardware, but I managed to find a capture card that had been reviewed by someone. There's X kind of reviewing it, and they were just passing it off eBay for seems like a good discount. Anyway, enough boring streaming stuff, unless you enjoy that. We'll go into the race. I don't know if Pedro's going to jump into another car. It's stable at the moment, but now again it will lag out and then load back in. Yeah. The way you would know if it's at my end is if there's no buffering, but the quality is really juddery or the quality is poor. If the actual stream is buffering, then I think that's just the way YouTube is. I think that Please Fix Penalty. Please Fix Penalty is a really fast driver, by the way. Talking top 10. So this will be interesting to race with Please Fix Penalty. As soon as he jumps in the car, we'll start the race. Okay. But kind of improving the quality of the stream is something that I enjoy thinking about and planning and hopefully implementing. Whether that's with like the graphics or the sound, which is hopefully a bit better now. So when I started streaming, you could hear the PS4 in the black background, you could hear my computer fans going crazy. Not like real fans, like computer fans. And now hopefully all of that's a bit better. So now it's just kind of the visual fidelity, I think, would make it more enjoyable and maybe make it more of a unique thing for the stream. No time for traction control. This is the benefit of the reverse grid, I guess. Whoa! I was off the gas there for like an eternity. I think, to be fair, I know Brian is a very, very, very good and respectful driver. And I was the same, I didn't know the guy on the outside. Oops. So I was happy kind of taking it easy. I suspect there was a bit of bowling going into T1 there. Don't know if anyone saw exactly what happened. And we found ourselves in a nice little position here. Steve is super quick at Monza in his RCZ, so to see if we can work together. See, in the daily race you'll risk a penalty by doing that. Let's give it a little bump here if we can. We're going to catch Steve. Ideally we've got to work together, but at the very least we've got to not trip each other up. decent drive out of there. It's a close race behind. Nathan in the room. Spotting up now. I get the feeling I can't quite hang with these RCZs actually. That's going to be a penalty. Presume. Oh, I was going to give you a little bump. So what lap time has Steve set here? I wouldn't be surprised if it's very quick. 1:56.9, that is a quick lap. We'll see what Nathan does. Right, so the gap is 1.6. Not going to be able to close that. It's good through there. Take all of that, it's pretty tidy. We are actually slightly catching, only 3/10 off the magic slipstream range. Some more penalties there probably. Oh, okay. I thought I really cut those, but maybe a bit more leeway than I thought. Tell you what, as we come out of turn 1, we could get within 7/10. Look at that lap time. Oh. Well, I liked it while it lasted. But I really hooked up the second chicane and the Lesmos, and Ascari was, well, it was obviously decent because I thought I'd cut the track, so that's as pretty much a good lap as I can do. And I didn't have any slipstream, so that would be a good time trial lap for me. Slow and fast out there all day long. Oh, we were so close. We were just a 10th away. If we'd been a 10th closer, we could have reeled in about 2 or 3 tenths here, and then been with a shot parabolic. think I can be a lot more aggressive with those corners. Not worry about track limits. So we've just got in a slipstream now, but it's too late really. Unless Steve does a bot's job parabolica. Go on, Steve. Good race anyway. I'm happy with the pace that I found. Oh, we should use this penalty actually. Whoops. Whoops. I was happy with the pace I found there. So what was that? A 1:56.5 with no slipstream, I think. So I take that in time trial as a banker lap. Good racing, Steve. You I think you kind of set the tone with the pace. Catch up on the chat. Phil G, my best league race on the outer loop. Okay. Good memories at the expressway. Gio, just too late to join lobby. People will jump out, and you can jump in. Or if anyone thinks anyone's driving stupidly, we'll just. I was going to say ask them to leave, but we'll just kind of boot them. DSF, is this Group 3, Group 4? Group 4 for Race A next week. Thanks for the subscription, DSF. Can see on the left hand side there. Hope you're enjoying the streams. Let us know if you've got any feedback. Rocky Gray, the slipstream in all Race A is always set to weak. Let's see what I've set it at. That's not what I want to do, is it? Oh, it's real here. Isn't weak stronger than real? Do that then. I'll do it just before I start the race. But thanks for spotting that, Rocky Gray. Let me just double check it. See if I've missed any other settings. Yep, slipstream weak, tyres hard. Damage none. Okay, good spot. I'll change it just before we start. Evening Loopy, hope you're well. Hope all is well on that side of the world. Welcome to the lobby as well, be good to race with you. I'll just slow it down a bit. Oops, that's not the right order of words. Steve, got grip in second chicane now, feels different car, yeah. But you are very rapid here. I'm really taking it slow and fast out in that second chicane. Someone's in the very wrong, which I think is a decent car now, if I remember. A couple of A1s maybe actually. Like that livery. We will be debuting our livery in a little bit. He's going out on the Adidas. Nathan, look at that. Looks like a high performance trainer. I think garish is kind of fair enough to say about that. Oh, dude, this is definitely an autocat race. So you're right. I really, obviously, I really enjoy Monza. As is kind of we know, and also I feel like I can time trial really well here in a relatively short space of time. Hopefully, so I should be able to put it near the front of the grid. Now the thing is, at Monza, putting it near the front of the grid doesn't really always mean anything. So. See, I think it's going to. The allure is going to be too much for me, and I'm going to really go for this on the main account. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. In fact, I wouldn't recommend it. KK FF cars OP. Okay. I think the race we had yesterday, a TT came back strong. Just kind of suffered with the tyre wear, I think, so I had to do the pit stop. Weak is like 1.8. Okay, that will change the dynamic a lot. Should we go on board with Nathan? As he comes around to settle out. Okay, was trying so hard to get a slip. Just missed it. Yeah, I was. It happened a lot in the race yesterday. Although I just about made it in those races in that race, which is why it good result. I presumed you got hit from behind, but fair play. Just own up as he came steaming through. When you watch Nathan, he gets on the power so early and he uses all the track. Let's see what happens here. I imagine Nathan's going to break. Maybe earlier than we were expecting. Yeah. And on the power, super clean. I imagine it can pretty much be flat over the second part. So you've got to be looking to go sub 156 on this. Probably, yeah, if I think about it. If we were doing mid 156 in the race, and yeah, I think you're right. This is going to be at least a low 56, I'd imagine. Oh, based on my form, this will see me down the D very quickly. Well, there's always got to be someone who bowls into turn one for the comedy factor, so kind of took one for the team there. Going down to second there briefly, just to get a bit more rotation maybe. Glad the stream looks to be working better now. Try and work that out. Rocky Ray, the opposite is OP of the FF cars, the TT is in the 6th just box. So what about the Scirocco? RCZ does look good right now. Steve, 10 PM change over to Cataluyna. Yeah, sounds about right. Do you want to do another fun race in between? Trying to think what we could do. Do like a kart race at Monza, something really stupid. Could do with the bowling emojis, yeah. Well, we'll let Nathan do this lap and then I will change to the slipstream and we'll go straight into the race. Rocky, going by normal GT Snow, this will be an FF car in the race. Could be right, but I think there'll be a meta car for the qualifying. There might be a different car for the race because the slipstream is so powerful. You don't need all of that speed down the straight. You're not going to break the toe. So that's my hunch. Right. One button. Let's change those settings. You hear Nathan go over the line? Thanks Prime for joining, good racing. It was very clean, fair racing. Loopy has iRacer been today? iRacer hasn't been today. He did pop into the stream yesterday. But no iRacer here today. You're flying the lone Australian flag at the moment. Now this change to the slipstream is going to be interesting. So yeah, if we switch over at 10 o'clock, I'll do one more race in the Aston, and I'll switch over to the Scirocco and debut the new esports livery that we've got. Andy in the room. Andy with a very good result here yesterday in FIA. Rocky Grill, I reckon in GT7 the FF cars won't be part of the manufacturers anymore and will be replaced by other cars. Interesting. Won't be part... Maybe they just need to balance them better. The kind of if part of their balancing is that they struggle with tyre wear, and then some of the races don't have tyre wear, then kind of what can you do? I'm not sure Pedro's been in the last few races, so when Andy's in and the Irishman's in, I should be in as well, shouldn't I? Then we'll crack on. Thanks, Loopy. Good racing with you. Always good from my side to see some more exotic flags. Possibly the full-wheel drives might be changed as well. Maybe they'll have different categories, so you have like an FF category and manufacturers will be, I think as you're saying, like Group 4 certain stuff. Kind of gravitating towards FFs at the moment. Right, so when Nathan's in and Andy's in, we'll crack on. Hopefully the streamer's quality is back to normal now. It's good on my end. Just waiting for Andy. Rocky Green, in all honesty, put softs on the RCTT and they are untouchable. Yeah, maybe they need to limit them more. Thanks, Phil, that's good to hear. Just waiting. Is Andy going to watch this one, maybe? Maybe we'll crack on. Maybe Andy's watching this one. Getting his prime box seats. We'll crack on that basis. With this new slipstream. We're going to be at the back, aren't we? No chicane is fun at Monza. Just kind of delays all the carnage. A few more seconds. We've been doing quite well without traction controls. Who needs traction control? Greg in the room. When I had my F3 race here, in iRacing, first corner. It's taking it very, very gently. Sensibly and gently. Very interesting ahead. Is it going to sort itself out before Ascari? I suspect not. We'll take it easy. If we timed it better, we could have got a really good slingshot down there and had a few people. As it is, we're going to this frame. This will be fun. Get the bowling emojis out as Bollard goes flying there. Almost leaves the circuit. I don't know how we've made it up into 5th place. Side by side action ahead. Close behind. Take all of that curve. It's not really worth doing immediately, just slow everyone down. May as well take that toe all the way down here. Possibly set something up into parabolic, if not just you'll get it into turn 1. Yeah, I guess daily race A usually is in kind of road cars, so they kind of need all the slipstream they can get. But here we're at Monza in Group 4, and as you rightly spotted, Rocky Gray, it is slipstream weak, so can you change the dynamics somewhat? Tell you what, 2nd place is on for us. If the dominoes fall in the right way. we may just have cut that corner. Get past the bush. I'm not sure we'll lose all of that penalty, to be honest. Track limit, it's everywhere. Maybe we'll lose it if we kind of coast into turn 1. Formation behind, the red arrows. Casting this. Thanks. Should we have an obligatory send up the inside? Through the middle? So a gap in the middle? Nope. Well, I was trying to go down the middle. I think at one point there was a gap, but it was pretty evident there wasn't really going to be a gap for too much longer. Even bump because I kind of lost out there. Lost a little bit of our rhythm. Right, he's got no slipstream and we've got weak slipstream, which is actually stronger than real, which is stronger than actual real life. It gets very confusing. It's kind of, when do we make our move? It's like going on a date, you've got to kind of line it up. Think when the best time is to make the move. I think it's here on the outside. Trying to hang it on the outside. Drag race time. Ooh, just here. Go to the bits. Someone managed to do a move on the outside in one of the races yesterday, in that corner, and I was very impressed because that is a really good move to go around the outside. Yep, there be bowling. Look at the track limits penalties there. Steve, camera please. Okay, we'll do. Your word is all we need. I think there was an altercation between Camera and McFlurry. Sound like let's see if there's anything flows in the chat. He's on the keyboard. McFlurry's on the keyboard. I think it means it's time to discuss the race. Oh, is that what you said? Group 3? Alright, Steve, all good racing. Catfish in the room. Genesis is slow but good handling. I think Nathan can make any car work here. Catfish Daily Race A are only TT Cup, RCs of Megane and Scirocco. Okay, that's interesting. Because, yeah, we have to remember this is going to be a one-make race. We don't know what the one-make is. I'm kind of in the zone at the moment on the Aston, so rather than switch, I'll stay in it for the moment because the quality of racing for me is better, kind of irrespective of whether it's the best practice or not. Okay, great. Best way to win this race tomorrow is not to qualify because 4 of the 12 will get punted 2-1, 3 will have massive pens, and the others will either die or get shortcuts 2-2. Yeah, you can. It's kind of you buying a raffle ticket, or you kind of, the ball is going into the roulette wheel when we're all kind of steaming into turn 1 and then second chicane. But I don't mind playing the odds. I think Catfish is onto it there. That probably seems right. So I would say if you want the best practice for Daily Race A, then yeah, choose an FF car. I'm just having quite a lot of fun in the Aston, so that's the reason why I'm not getting into one right now. Ow, grabbing a brew and something to eat, sitting on whatever's next. Cool, okay. I think we'll switch over to Cataluyna in a little bit. I could do with a brew, actually. All I've got is a bottle of water. It's not quite the same as a warming tea. Greg and the Scirocco. Actually, most people are in FS. Let's do it then. So I don't know Alf is still here, but we're going to debut. We're going to debut our new esports. How do I phrase it? The way to phrase it is that Al has managed to get us signed up to a new esports racing outfit who are sponsoring the liveries and stuff like that. So we've got a livery that we have to use as part of that agreement. It's a brand that I like anyway. It's a brand that I've kind of advocated on the stream before. Please do hit that like button, subscribe if you're enjoying the content as usual. But I'm excited to be a part of this partnership. Moving forward with this brand, they sponsored us a livery for Group 4 and for Group 3. Don't want to spoil it, Phil, but this is all thanks to Al and Al's connection. So I'm going to debut now the livery. And I'm very excited to say that we are now racing for Frey Bentos Motorsports. And here's the livery for the Scirocco that Al has put together and officially signed up. So Frey Bentos, I guess not known in the motorsport circles as kind of, you know, having much to do there, but I think this is going to be a big push for them moving into esports. You can see that the livery just looks incredible. It really captures the essence of what it means to be Frey Bentos. Tell you what we do. Let's park it on turn 1 in reverse so everyone can see it as they come through. Oops, not there. Okay, we'll just park it here like a little trophy. So there it is. hang about, I just want to put the car in, mate. Can we not put the car there? Doesn't like it, does it? Maybe to keep it open. Yeah, everyone get a good look. Powered by Bentos. Now in actual true sponsorship fashion like they do in NASCAR, I now have to actually exclusively eat free Bentos for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It is a contractual stipulation. But there she is, what a beauty. And we've got a livery for Group 3 for manufacturers this season, so for the Aston, which is also going to look resplendent. I think everyone's probably slowing down as they go through here to take a good look at the livery. Unmistakably Frey Ventos. So thanks Al for that. Catfish, another person who's changed teams recently, gone to VSR. But Catfish, you'll be happy to hear that I'm also. This is my first time racing for an esports team. So maybe I'll be asking you for some tips. Rookie Ray, they've taken out the Marlboro contract. I don't think Marlboro are that big into sponsorship these days, are they? They sponsor like Ferrari and some other unperforming teams. LG, BMS KK needs to be a new PSN. That's true. Actually, that's a good point, Catfish. Do you have to change your PSN every time that you sign up to a new team? That kind of part of the course. I feel like leaving my team CRT. Yeah, well, speak to Al, because you know I'll tell you there are benefits driving for Frey Ventos. Greg, that car's looking a bit plain. You sure you don't want some sponsorship on that? On that Scirocco? We've got something ready to go. Can we unghost this and get it in full? Phil G, I should be CRT Phil G for cars. Can we sign Catfish to the Ventos team? Good point. I don't know if the reserves go down that far. KK also willing. We'd also love to have you. Speak to Al. Right, I'm gonna. Another interesting thing, by the way. I went before the stream to apply the. In my head, everyone's getting a good look at the Frey Ventos livery. In reality, they're like, get out of the way, you want a fast lap. I think McFlurry likes it. I went to... Whoa. Okay. I went to apply the livery, and I thought there was some kind of glitch, because I had no Scirocco to apply it to, and then it turns out I'd never actually bought the Scirocco, or I'd never been gifted to me. Maybe we'll have to change the alt account to Bentos at the front, like we're saying, or FBS. Kind of feels like an old Williams livery to me. Ooh, that's not nice, really. You know it's a Sunday, lobbies. See you, Greg. See you later. Right, we're going to crack on with a race as we go in formation with Steve. What I'll do is I'll save the replay of the next race so I can use it as a thumbnail or something. Let me just do the old race message. But if you do like the livery, Don't give me a like or a subscribe for that. Send all the congratulations to Al in the chat. KK, if you're looking for a new member, I'm your man. Okay, well, we might have to expand a bit the freebie to start off with. I mean, we did do quite well in FIA yesterday. Probably turned a few heads. Catfish, you need to change the game. I guess it's kind of... It kind of is what it is. It's just part and parcel. Be interested to hear more about your new team, Catfish. VSR. Kind of what they're about. And I'm sure other sponsors will want to get involved. Say need. They'll need to attract the right audience. No, they'll probably want to get some space on the side of that Scirocco. So watch the space. Right, I think we'll jump into the race then. After all that, we'll have to see how we actually drive in the Scirocco. I just feel so dialed into the Aston. I haven't felt that dialed into a car in a game or a kart for a long time. It's me. Look at that. Since 1881, not many car marks can claim that. What's going on there? Bit of a strange one. Someone's on my outside and someone's on my inside. Not a lot of social distancing there. Hopefully we're through. I think there would have been some big casualties there. I guess someone just lit up the wheels off the line maybe. Hopefully no one got caught up in it. Oh, Catfish maybe. Catfish was at the back probably, I imagine. Sorry about that, Catfish. I don't know what happened there with someone probably taking a couple of people out. It's kind of the nature of these open lobbies, but I'm sure we'll see you right at the top of the leaderboards for race A. Trying to use your ghost. It's funny, the Scirocco feels like a bigger car because I think the camera is on the roof. So it feels like I'm driving a van. Interesting livery by please fix penalty. I think a bit controversial that one. This is going to be fun to turn one, isn't it? I feel like I'm gaining a lot more on straights now in the Scirocco. Yeah, with everyone in an FF car, this race kind of takes on a different complexion. What if it's better having traction control on for the exit of turn 1? Turn 2 strictly. Let's try and third. Oops. It's kind of kill or be killed there. Yeah, there's a lot more barging into each other with everyone in these FFs. And with Nathan, that's good though. Obviously quite highly slipstream assisted. Ooh, he's going to go for it. Don't think the laps are going to be super fast for most people here. Look at the closing speed you get here. You have to be on the brakes a lot earlier. Someone's on my inside. MNT. Someone from Catfish's old outfit. Is MNT going to be our rival esports outfit? We may have got a penalty there, we'll see. No? Oh yeah. I think I'm losing quite a bit of time to Nathan, but the slipstream is masking it maybe. It's going to be risky running wide there because you can get spun out in kind of a strange way. Deja vu. We're going to get a good run here. I'm hoping the Irish guy is going to go defensive and then we'll pick up this slipstream. It didn't happen. In the rooms. Ooh, it's going to be difficult to shift that penalty. Does that change the dynamic then? Very close there. Could profit here. Could really profit. Just squeezed it around the outside. Now we get exposed for our real pace. We've got no slipstream. Hope you enjoyed the racing today. Glad the stream is kind of working better. Do feel free to tap that like button. I always really enjoy the Sunday streams. Give us a push, Nathan. It's just got ahead of me now. Gonna get mugged here, third as well. MNT our rival, no. Well, it's good fun in the FF cars, but it's going to be a disaster for SR really, because they're much harder to control under braking. Braking in the Aston, you have time to get off the brake, move around a bit, kind of position yourself a bit more. In the FF cars, it's all about you're decelerating a lot of mass, it feels like. For that first podium for Frey Bentos. I saw Catfish. I thought you got taken out. Maybe it's you, Flash. Someone had the start bug. Okay. Should we do last race? How can I phrase this with using up the least characters? This is not going to be a good way of explaining it. To remember to change the oh yeah, save the replay. Thanks, Phil. I would have forgotten that. Hopefully there's a good screenshot in there of us going into the same one. I'll let them eat Bentos. Catfish, I think yesterday, Manu, I did really good. I got a win in 289. Actually, P1 with Lumbo and P44 in the region. Very good result. To me, anything around 300 is just like insane. But I'm hoping we'll start moving and achieving plus 200 point wins soon. That will be a big yardstick for us. After the 1.8 something yesterday. Let's get some Greg, I'm P8 in BMW Brazil. Yeah, bold move going for BMW, but I guess the plus side is that you might be a higher ranking driver for BMW. Is Reblow? I don't know. Have a look. GT Nostromo, great Stig at home. Welcome to the stream, Stig at home. Let's see you at home in the Aston. Classic livery. Joji, come on guys, 23 watching, 7 likes. Hit the like, guys, helps out the channel. Thanks for watching. Yes, that is true. I do need to be a bit more shameless about saying please do hit the like button, because it does... As I've been looking at bit rates and stuff like that, YouTube actually will deliver a higher quality stream in terms of bitrate if the stream is more popular, which kind of makes sense but is a bit harsh. So the more people we have watching, which I guess correlates with likes, and if you have more likes and it gets suggested more, the quality of the stream should actually be higher in terms of how the codec that YouTube uses. So yes, thanks everyone who does drop that like. It does actually help the channel. Maybe you're still on the old stream, Phil. Stop ghosting me with penalties. I didn't see that. We'll jump into race in a couple of minutes and then we'll move on over to Cataluyna. Oops, didn't want to do that. Bad. Evening, Binny. Binny with another good result yesterday in FIA. We're going to do one more race at Monza. I don't know if you want to join or not, but you're very racy here yesterday. We'll do the community sport. I mean, the most important thing for me is that the stream is just enjoyable to watch and we have a good time, and you know, we talk about the racing and where to find time, and that's kind of the essence of it. I do want to increase the quality of the stream, so on my side we will be encoding at 4K. It should mean that even if you watch it in 1080p that the quality is a lot better. Alright, if you jump on Binny. We will be going to Cataluyna after this, so maybe we'll just crack on with this one soon. KK for a bit. That stream. Yeah, I hope everyone had a very good weekend. Hope everyone enjoyed the F1 if you were able to watch it. I just logged on so I could like the stream. I just got a comment saying contact me if you want to be my boyfriend, and then a few heart emojis. I get a lot of those spam comments. Right, let's crack on with this race and then we'll move on over. Al, I think, is sitting this one out. And then we'll head on over to Cataluyna. Georgie, you need to get some coaching for us plebs who want to learn racecraft and get faster. I mean, the best thing you can do is actually get proper coaching. But you have to pay for it. So I guess this stream is just completely free. But the level of advice is also free tier. i.e. use at your own risk. I think you can break here. I think this is a second corner. Steve, that second last corner chicane. Hold 8% pound, really attack last curb. Full of beans. Okay. That last chicane is really different for me in the Bentos Scirocco compared to the Aston. The Aston I could pretty much do it flat, whereas in the Scirocco I definitely need to lift. Yeah, I was lucky enough to have a session with Mr. David Perrell almost a year ago now, and that was really helpful. Yeah, just speak to someone like Nathan, who will be able to... Oh, Binny again. Well, we're going to go to Cataluyna soon. I think I could get a better start without traction control. I think I was getting a better start without traction control. Which is good, I guess. Oops. I was kind of looking at the radar, looking at the screen, stuff was lagging about. I thought I'd braked early and then I haven't, but anyway, no harm done. Kind of will try and follow Nathan through if we can. wasn't the best for me because I could have had someone on the exit there if I'd done a bit better. Nathan goes for the cutback. Can we follow him through? No. Only 5 seconds off the lead. Not bad. Whole field is 7 seconds. Let's brake really early here. Could really easily spin out there. Don't want to let get too much gap between me and Nathan actually. Just park it there on the apex. Let's come around the outside for now. Side by side. It's interesting ahead. This was a battle for the lead last race. Us three. Ooh, someone's lost out there. It's Pedro. Put out a brake marker. Pedro not happy about that. We were lucky we just ghosted through that guy weirdly. Consider penalty. Might be a penalty, we'll see. You do really want to cut that last corner, and it is quite a fine margin. I think this camera makes it a little bit harder to get my bearings. It's kind of a repeat of the last lap of the last race. Use this train. Oh, sorry mate. Made the corner really. Did very well to come back at me there. Could have made that corner, that was my mistake. It's all bunched up ahead. Still very close field actually. We've only lost a second from the leader in 3 laps. The fastest lap is Golfing right at the back. Probably could have bumped Martin in there. What's happened there? alright. We can just hope for some turn 1 chaos. Because again, we are only 5 seconds off the leader somehow. Wow, look at that lap from Nathan. I guess slipstream assisted, but it's a big lap. Ooh, it's chaos. So Steve losing out. McFlurry losing out there. Golf Nut, the company. Don't need to go down to second gear there. I know we're quite a way behind here, but we could pick up some more places, to be honest. Not the best through there. So, see that bit where the car kicked out? It's a bit weird why it does that, but it can really catch you out. Penalties are plenty ahead. Not the best by me. This guy's got about, is that 4 seconds? I can't see the digits in my headset. Yeah. Okay, so gained a lot of positions there at the end. So as we summarise Monza for next week, I'd say definitely one for the alt account in terms of just having fun. But you know me, I like Monza. I can't stay away from it, so I'm probably going to do it on the main account. Frey Bentos Racing, get stuck in. That should be the slogan. Vinny, I'd much rather do this than the dailies, yeah. You get rid of the SR issues and it's fine. And then he tried to join, but I've liked the stream and join the night. I don't feel like you have to like the stream, by the way. You can also dislike or not like. I feel obliged to say it. Always good racing here. Good weekend for you, Andy, in terms of the points. And I'm going to change. We're going to go to Cataluyna now. So let me get this ready. Only one layout. I'm sure, wasn't there another layout of Cataluyna, like a really short one? Or maybe that was in another game. Maybe that was in Project Cars. Which I'm not streaming. Bear with me as I get the settings right. Number of laps, 4 laps again. Rolling start. Slipstream. Real, which is weaker than weak. All of that jazz. Group 3, and I think that's your lot. Wow, good luck with your DR and SR reset. Oh, that's an automatic message. Yeah, thanks for joining, Andy. Very good result for Andy in FIA yesterday. So, I wonder what the car of choice is going to be here. I think the R8 is a good choice. We also have our Frey Bentos livery in the Aston Group 3. But I think we might start in the R8, just kind of start where we picked off last time. Steve could have won that without getting took out so much at Drag Reset. Yeah, it was always going to boil over that race because actually the whole pack was basically 5 seconds apart. It applies a lot of pressure. You have to make the move because there's someone behind you and it all goes ahead. SSBB's in business, yes. Hope you guys enjoyed the SSBB League. There's going to be some very good racing in that league and some great liveries as well. Let's see what people are going with. Let's take it home in the 911. Nud 911 for Joao. Golf Knight in the Mustang, brave choice. Nathan in the... what is that? Is that the... Lexus? Mazda. In the non-screamy Mazda. Vinny in the Aston. KK in the NSX. Steve in the RCZ, Fabian RCZ, Alan the RCZ. And this guy, somewhere right in the name. Let's ride on board with Nathan, always a good person to ride on board with. But yeah, in terms of the week, so daily races, Monza and Cataluyna, I think that's pretty good for the daily races. I mean, last week, I guess this week just ending was a kind of a bit weird. You've got some staples there next week, and then for FIA we've got Detonator in the house. FIA we've got Group 2 at Red Bull Ring on Wednesday, and I can't remember what manufacturers on Saturday. But Red Bull Ring Group 2, we did practice that a little bit last week. I can't remember when we practiced it, but Nathan, Al, a couple of us, and very tricky cars. So it's going to be one of those ones where people are going to spin out a lot. I spin out a lot anyway. That means anything. But like we should spice it up with gifts. Just put a Sonic in there. Hang on, that's not the right one. Oh, I put the wrong... This one's meant to be a different one. Damn. Put the wrong image there. Oops. It's good to know. We'll wait till they come around again, then we'll get out in the R8. I think the R8 is what we were using last time. And was working quite well for us when we were racing the likes of Josetti. Just kind of Cataluyna's one where you have to, I find, get yourself into that groove where you're patient and taking the right lines through the corners. You can't really thrash it. See you, Phil. Thanks for joining. Good racing with you as always. Hope you have a good night, and see you on next stream. Oh, I'm going to jump out. Let's do it. When was I on soft tyres in this? Let's get out on track and see what we can do. See what's what. Anyone coming down track yet? Okay. -2 we were using last time. Can you label that one? And you kind of want to be patient there, I think, even like off the throttle. Oh, feels a lot different. I'm pretty sure we were braking about that shadow last time. Likewise, were we on soft tyres last time? No, we definitely would have been on soft tyres. I think it is just a case of kind of taking it easy. It's very easy to pick up a track limit and to yeah, but I think next week's going to be a kind of return to the daily races for us on the main account, unless there's some SR horror shows. Remember that chicane. We don't have a car record here actually. Oh, I guess we're in the lobby. Try and get back in the groove. Quite messy so far, but it's not a disaster. That really is a disaster. Yeah, I did change the description, didn't I? So. There we go. Does anyone remember that from last time? That is kind of my abiding memory for the beginning part until we worked it out. He's coming up the track. Can we slot him behind and maybe learn something? Steve. Get in that groove. Oversteer there, but it wasn't. Don't recall last time. Maybe last time was on the medium tyres. Just got to reassess my braking course. Bit more into a groove. did use the RCZ last time and it is quite good around here actually. Do one more lap. Go down to first gear there to make it. Anyway, I think we'll find the groove in the race. Should we? Sometime we'll send the message. I guess the dynamic of a 5-minute race, 5-minute full lap race here is going to change things a little bit. Do you know PowerPoint? I'm familiar with PowerPoint. Al back in the race here. All fueled up. It's a good battle here. Nathan now in the R8. I seem to recall last time we were here we kind of went through a lot of different cars. People said the Atenza was quite good here. And we were having good joy in the RCZ. Maybe the Dodge Viper was good here, I think. See what Detonator's using. Also the R8. We'll let these guys finish the lap and then we'll jump into our first race at Cataluyna. See what's what. This bit is tricky. Oh, okay. Nathan maybe changing car, Golf Nut as well, maybe changing cars, we'll just wait. How's the wheel doing? Oh, the wheel's hot. Whoops. That's not going to be so much of an issue. Fan is out of battery. Wait, oops. The wheel overheating isn't going to be so much of an issue now it's getting colder in the UK. Ooh, very slidey there. Golf Nut. Binny now in the R8, moving on from the Aston. Flurry in the Porsche. Steve Hydo. Maybe Detonator's out buying a car. The thing is with the R8, I do find on the hard tyres it is quite tricky when you're coming out of low speed sections. And I'm in the R8 as well, but I think we felt the best here last time when we were in the RCZ, I think. Because that just felt the best over the chicane at the end. And I was losing a lot of time in the chicane in cars that I wasn't comfortable with. We tried the Mercedes, we tried the Porsche, we tried a lot of different cars. Well, let's crack on with the race anyway, because maybe Detonator's picking up another car. Let's see what's what, who comes out on top, and different machinery. Always a good way to settle it. Corvette, yeah, Corvette was very good here, wasn't it? Josetti was in the Corvette. Yeah, this chicane, I'm going to start with traction control on. It'd be a good idea if we just put it on every time I come to this part of the track. Whoa, go very wide there. So you can get really unlucky with that start. Let's try and move forwards. Don't want to get on that green stuff, just kind of draws you off the track. Particularly good through there. There's the pack there. Just a bit too wide there, but if you go a bit wide you end up going significantly wide. Caught up with this train now, which is good. There we go. Very bad exit. So for me it really is about, thanks Nathan, what's the best combo for me at the chicane? Let's take evasive manoeuvres there. There's a group up there. Whoa. Don't look at the mirror there. I think this is going to be a really important one to kind of work out car choice, because from last time you can use a lot of different cars and still be competitive. So it really is, what do you feel comfortable in? a run on the RCZ here. About basically 3 seconds slow. That bit as well, I just need to be getting a lot of difficulty there. Oops. So race A is going to be longer than race B this week. Maybe that's the case, but I need to get dialed in there. It's a pretty fast lap, I think, compared with the rest of the field. Keep pace with Nathan, that's a good yardstick. Okay, I'm getting more dialed into the TT now. Definitely second gear, not third gear. Could be a decent lap this, so we can hit the rest up. Very narrow there for some reason. Here. Oops, not that. Just tactically doing that so we profit from the reverse grid. Yeah, not a good outcome for me there in the last grid. I think I chose poorly with my options. Steve, like the parky, but there's a few corners I can't do. I don't know which corners they are. I don't know how you feel over the chicane. Because some cars can just ride the curbs really well there. And if you ride the curbs well there, then the rest of the track you can kind of make it up, I think. Especially in the heat of a race. I think I'll keep going with the R8. I seem to remember the 911 was pretty good here last time as well. Can we see here in the race results what? Yeah, so this guy A+ in the Corvette. I think the Corvette's a good car here. Binny, good result for Binny in the R8. KK Al as well, and then we're kind of battling down here. Yeah, so kind of consolidating into the usual suspects of cars. Oh, you chose a car I've not done Team Bentos livery. I know, Team Bentos not going to be happy about that. We will be using the Aston a lot. I don't think this is a... Oh, why not? Let's try it in the Aston. Someone's going out in the Beetle, so we may as well go in the Aston. Another outing for Team Bentos. Here she is. Look, it looks good in this trim. That's definitely racing trim. I feel like cars give off different vibes. This is a much more aggressive car, and I think the livery suits it. Right, let's jump out and see what we can do in the Aston. Should be a car that we know quite well, at least. I'm not sure why the Aston would particularly struggle here. I don't think it should. Try and set a decent lap time and see what happens. I find it really easy to lose my braking marker at that. See how it is over the chicanes is kind of really an important thing. Oh yeah, ate that like a champ. Ate those curves like they were nothing. Maybe the Aston is going to be a good car. Just wanted to avoid hitting him. That's why I stand while checking the mirror. And it looks like we've got ourselves a little esports standoff here. Well, unless this guy's taking it really easy, I feel like we've got the pace in the corner. Oh yeah, whoops. Okay, that snap I can control. It's very messy lap. through there. All there, what can do. Driving by us. Looks like a battle, maybe. Wow, look at that, amazing. Vinny the vet feels good here. Yeah, I think it was good here last time. Short shift, isn't it? It's a good little dice here. Good skirmish. I feel like the Aston is a bit better on the brakes. Actually, no, that's not right. It's on the brake, to me. That was weird. Aston does want to bite your head off from that car. But I think we understand the Aston. It's a bit more lively. Evening detonator. Lacking on the straight. If I remember from last time, R8 was the quali car, but not so good in the race because of tyre wear. Yeah, you might be right there. I think the Corvette was pretty good. GT Nostromo was AFK. Little tip maybe, your PS4 sound is pretty loud, hard to understand your voice. Okay, let's move, we can sort that out. I just moved the PS4 sound down a bit, so hopefully that balances it out a little bit. Thanks for the tips, because it's kind of hard for me to assess audio. Let's jump in a race in 2 minutes. RP Motorsport versus Frey Bentos Motorsport. So Greg, we're thinking R8, Corvette, RCZ maybe? We'll wait for Greg to get into the car and McFlurry. Thanks McFlurry if you're heading off. Oh, a lot of buffering on YouTube. Oh, okay. This. Don't think it's at my end. GT Grandad 888. Welcome to the stream. Is silent viewer anyone else having issues with stream calls? Yeah, I'm sorry. There seems to be issues with the stream tonight. And it keeps kind of jumping up and jumping down. I don't think it's the settings on my side, but I have been messing around with settings. So it may do. Or maybe due to that. But anyway, after this stream tonight, I'm gonna do some test streams and kind of try and get the settings working. It says excellent connection now it says poor connection, so yeah, apologies if it's jumping up a bit. I do have all the relevant equipment, so I should be able to get it working. Apologies about that. Good to have you on stream, GT Grand anyway. Hope you're enjoying the racing. Don't know who your driver of the day is, from what you've seen. Nostromo lost connection, can't find your server. Maybe an internet thing. Right, I'm going to crack on with a race. Is this RP Motorsport chap going to jump in, or is he spotting for Motorsport Lud? Just to get him back in. Yeah, looks like Motorsport settings. So if you jump in a car, Nostromo, and then we'll kick off. Yeah, Steve, we're racing imminently. As soon as Nostromo's in a car, we're going to hit that race start button. There we go. Good to go. I know normally I'm too quick on the races. But ready to go now? The Aston it does have quite a loose back end, which can be helpful because it can give you a bit more extra rotation, but I'm a bit concerned that it can catch me out as well. It's a double-sided coin. I think we should be clear of everything by starting in P5. Stig at home, you've got to get after the RP Motorsport crew. Who's the number one driver, do we think? Do we think it's Lud, or do we think it's FF? We'll put Lud on pole. Set pace. Aston's a bit loose there. Let's get after RP Motorsport now. We can. Oops. Okay. Hopefully they're going to find something a little bit. Again, not the best line through there. Use the back end of it now. Don't quite have the pace at the moment to hang with them, I think. So I need them to properly battle. It's not going to move now. Oops. Here we go, there's the battling. Maybe FF was playing the team game, just letting teammate Lud drive into the distance. Maybe we should get into his head, this FF. You're only number 2 driver. Try and get into him now. Oh, what's happened there? Technical issues for the Italian, maybe? The only one who can take it to RP Motorsport now. Doing it for Frey Bentos Racing against the conglomerate. Quite respectful racing there by both of us. Last lap. I feel like Max Verstappen against the Mercedes. Well, before today anyway. Try and go on the outside of me here. So I'm going to be on that apex. You'll find me there. Oh, Italian's got back. Bring it home. Ferry Bentos are going to be happy about this result. We can see at home. There we go. PT for Bentos Racing. It was a good race. Very good battle with the RP Motorsport chap. Really enjoyed that. I think I was a bit aggressive when I stuck my nose up the inside at the hairpin, but it worked out in the end. See how the rest of the race went. Our stream went again for me there. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I feel like today is just... There are going to be issues with the stream today, but it's good out. The quality looks good, so maybe it's an issue that just can't deal with the bitrate or something. Don't worry, I'll work it out. I like technical issues that I can kind of think about and try and solve. It's strange like that, but... And we do have a new piece of hardware coming that is going to encode in 4K and should just send YouTube a clearer signal. Greg, for me, stream seems okay. Even the other one could be a service thing. I don't know. I was definitely getting errors before on the first stream on my end. I'm not getting any errors now. Let's have a look down. Detonator. Detonator really profiting there. I don't know what happened to the Italian in that race. But good battles with Team RP Motorsport. There. GT Grandad loving the Frey Bentos livery, but that's all down to Al. Al pulling all the strings there and creating the livery. What a stunning livery it is as well. See you, KK, if you just left. I can't see beyond the pedals there. I don't want to change the scene in case it affects the stream. But yeah, that was a really fun race. I feel like 2 pretty good races next week, and if you don't want to risk the SO on the main account, just do them on alt accounts. I'm probably going to go for both of these in the big way on the main account. I wonder what the SR is now. Actually, we haven't. So the SR is about 40,000, which is kind of average for me. I think A plus is 50,000. I don't know if it's 50 or 60. I think it's 50. So we could try and make a push for A plus. You know. It's where the likes of Detonator are. Can we see people's rankings here? Oh yeah, we can. I'm stupid. Yeah, that's likes of Detonator and both of the RP Motorsport crew. That might be kind of an interesting thing to do on the stream. KK, my other account is A+. You should put that as a sticker on the back of your car. Detonator Fun Racing, I'm thinking this race is my main. Well, yeah, a lot less penalties in this one. Monza is Monza. But I don't know what you've been finding, Detonator. Have you been finding that the racing is cleaner Because I think for me the racing is... I haven't had any issues with the actual racing. It's just kind of been gremlins with the penalty system, giving out penalties where it feels like no one really did anything wrong. But I haven't been coming across like people doing moves that are over the line, etc. So maybe the penalty system is helping kind of shape the driver behaviour, which is what it should do. So for example, when I went up the inside of... I know this is only a lobby, not sport mode, but when I went up the inside of RP Motorsport FF at the hairpin here, he could have turned in on me, but he didn't, so there was definitely be no contact, and that I've been seeing more of that. Donated just over that boundary. Next smart few donator is 60,000. Greg, I was A+ for 3 days, I'm set at the 42k. It's nice to be out the 40s. KK 57,000, nice. Big points, KK. Even Tech Grant, morning Tech Grant. Hope you had a great weekend. Grandad, do not laugh, I'm 9,000. We all start at 9,000. Actually, if you've seen any of my alt account races, I think the racing is harder at 9,000 than it is at 40,000, honestly. It's just so difficult at 9,000 to get results, although we do start from the back, I guess. Tack Grant, when the new game comes out, we will all start E, won't we? I don't know about that. I don't know. There's no reason why they can't carry over the points. I'll read that comment rather than changing the thing. Oh, Steve getting into some Steve and controversy, never too far away. KK, it depends. I raced in the mid-split lobby last year and there were some who just thought they were on the track alone, zero respect. Donator, I think I agree. For me personally, I'm much driving to avoid contact. Most system doesn't need to judge anything. I think that's right. Kind of moving more towards that iRacing kind of style where you just don't make contact. If you make contact, it's both drivers are at fault, basically. Tackron's still alive. That's like an eventful week. I know you've been doing a lot of driving. Hope you have a good car, or a reliable car for those. Binny, both of mine are on 35k now. Binny, you're a bit of an outlier though, because Binny 001 and Binny 002 are basically the same level. So I guess that's a bit of a dilemma. Australia, the penalty right now is really bad and destroys all the racing. See, the thing is, in the lower lobbies, about the 9,000, it's much more difficult to avoid contact because of different braking points and people being really slow to get out of the corner, relatively speaking. So there's lots of... It's just more likely that you're going to make contact. And then the penalty system gives a penalty to someone. So it kind of amplifies the issue. Whereas in the higher rated lobbies, people make much less contact, so those issues arise much less. In the FIA race yesterday, I got a 2-second penalty on lap 1. Very slight contact where I actually got tapped into, I thought. But that is quite rare. And actually on the Monza thing, we did do 2 FIA races at Monza yesterday and we didn't have a horror show at penalties. In fact, where we got our 2-second penalty was in Parabolica, which is quite unusual. Or not the most likely place to get it. One of those arrows looks like it's going backwards. Is that me? The one that's going around like the first long corner. Who's that? This one. It is going around backwards. Get everything on this stream. Get a bit of buffering. Get something like that. GT Grandad got as high as 20,000 but new pen system. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know if you got reset. KK, there are many A plus and S are very clean, and when you've raced with Lopez and many others here, they are fast and how clean they are. Yeah, when we race Josetti here, no contacts. Grant, a friend was on his way to a motorcycle race meeting and a guy coming the other way smashed into him. That's not good news. The van he was driving then caught fire and they had to drag the bike out the back. The guy fell asleep at the wheel after spending the night with his new girlfriend. I don't know why or how that he offered that information when it comes to liability purposes, but that doesn't sound good, that scenario. Buffering, sorry about that. I will after the stream, I will just do a load of test streams and just fiddle with the settings, and if it means that we need a bit less quality until we get the 4K capture card, I'll do that. DT Grandad, I'm a pad player. Well, sometimes we have Trevissier join us. He's a fellow Club 100 driver, and he is possibly the fastest pad player in the world. Or I think there's someone in Japan who's very fast. Well, I think he's the fastest pad player in EMEA. Just drop in many questions. Right, as soon as this Portuguese guy gets into a car, we will get going. We'll do a few more races, and then I just wonder if it's better for me to kind of just mess around with the stream so we can I can get that set up for next week. We'll see. Right, he's in. Let's go. Grant, I have pics, but don't think you can add them live chat. I think you can possibly upload them somewhere, so we can work around. But we just wait a few, Empato. There's Owl's car, unmistakable. Yeah, it does sound like not a great situation, Grant, but I hope everyone's well at least. I also had a crash last week on my bicycle, head-on collision, but probably not as dramatic. Well, from my perspective it was pretty dramatic. Let's do this. RP Motorsport FF. So now we see how fast Ludd is. We've got the better of FF. Al may be looking to follow. Wait, one more Al. Let's try and catch up. Good at this corner. I feel like I can carry a lot more speed up. Ooh, if that's not a penalty, that's not the worst line for me there. I don't know why I stopped turning in there. The nature of the reverse grid is it compresses ever so slightly, like an accordion We're closing on Billy. Don't notice hit a bit of traffic. Go down to second there. So now I've got Lod on my tail. Going a bit too deep. This train there a little bit. Still splitting the RP team. It's a decent lap time by me, even though we had that horrible corner, didn't we, actually? Too deep. Stig. Drifting it round. Should we make a move? Obligatory move. Cut back. I'm really enjoying driving the Aston at the moment. Ooh, Toastmaster. Traffic jam here, what's going on here? It's all a bit after you. Stage left. We've massively profited out of that, haven't we? Using the force there. The gap. Break away from these guys. See what the split is going to be like. little bit messy through the chicane. Slightly offline. As I was driving that race, I was thinking, I feel much more comfortable now. Actually, comfortable's not the right word. I think my driving has improved a lot over the last few months, and one of the parts of that is I seem to understand a lot more where the limits of the car are, and not asking the car to do too much. So I think previously I would just turn in at way too much speed that the car could handle, and I might say, oh, this feels understeery, and there'd be tyres squeal, and then I'd get on the brakes and then it'd be oversteer. Whereas now I have a better understanding of what the car's limits are, so I won't ask the car to do too much. I'll come in at an appropriate speed. And with the Aston specifically, I feel like I can really understand where those limits are quite well, and get a little bit of understeer if it's going to help. Sorry, oversteer if it's going to help me get around the corner. Just get the back end out a little bit. So I feel really in tune with the Aston, but I think also my driving has developed quite a bit. And Cataluyna's a circuit where it would really show up if I wasn't doing that right. Because if you carry too much speed into those long winding corners, you just lose speed, and you're asking the tyres to do too much. You just go understeer all the way around. But there is an optimal line for the car that is 100% of its performance that you're trying to follow. Catch up on the chat. That was a good race though. GT Grandad, I'm always about 3-4 seconds off the top guys. I'm always at least a second off the top guys. So it's kind of, if you add a friend request to the people here, I'm sure everyone will be happy to accept. You can compare yourself on the leaderboard, and it puts things in a lot more context. So when I used to do karting at university, I was always about 1 second off the fastest guy at my university. So when I was only half a second off, for me that was huge. And just understanding like what my relative performance was and what I could actually realistically achieve. So maybe that'll be helpful. KK, I will be staying well clear of daily race in Monza, another race which will kill SR and DR with many resets. We did get quite close to a reset recently. It took us ages to get back from that Veyron race, which is almost 2 weeks ago. KK, I'll be a granddad next year 3 times. My stepdaughter is 2 next Feb. My son in England is expecting twins. Nice. Next year 3 times. At least all the kids will have I guess brothers or stepbrothers or sisters around the same age, which is cool. Now we need to get some coach day training. I have done the coach day training back in a while back when I think it was a bit cheaper on GT Sport. I don't think he does training on GT Sport anymore because he's too in demand, but there's also a really good resource I think someone on this stream pointed me towards called Driver61. He just has an incredible amount of videos, all for free on YouTube. That's really helpful. And also Martin Grady, Tidgeny, has a driving school series on YouTube that is probably the most in-depth GT Sport specific driving training. So it really talks about kind of the quirks of the game and stuff like that. So those are my recommendations. Grandad's stream, but yeah, sorry about that. I will try and sort out the stream. We are looking to go 4K. I would like this stream to kind of be technically state of the art, if that makes sense. I know we have kind of nice transitions. and this stuff and all that stuff, but I want the video quality to be quite good, so I'm sorry about the quality today. I'll troubleshoot it, but in the future we are looking to go 4K, hopefully before the weekend. Steve, watch Venture, he's a little dirty. Controversy as always. It's good racing. Yeah, they was good racing. They were very fair actually. I don't know if you thought about joining an esports team, Detonator. We do have vacancies at Frey Bentos Racing. KK, same for me with the NSX. I don't know if that's like the car feel, but the NSX I think is a car that really gives a lot of feedback and can be quite difficult to drive, but also gives you a lot of information, so I can understand that even if I'm not very good at driving it. Greg in the Z4. Greg flying the flag for BMW. Let's see if you stick with him after the season. Something a bit more interesting. I'm just going to drop out and watch now. Not been great driving me tonight. Can't see if I can see. I don't know. You've been I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary, but it's all practice. So this is the time that you've got to make mistakes to improve. Literally in racing, you've got to find where that limit is. Steward's inquiry. Data has thought about joining esports and can't do commitment plus like my race cars. Yeah, you'd have to you'd have to join a team that. I wonder if my internet is being a bit funny, because that looked like a massive lag spike, and I see we just dropped a load of frames. How is it? Yeah, I wonder. Hang on a second. That's weird. No, which is usually very fast, like 200 megabits fast. Maybe it's 2 bars. And there's a weird mobile hotspot. Maybe someone in the neighbouring flats. I will look at all of that. But I did just see there was a lot of lag there, and then we dropped a lot of frames. We're dropping frames right now as we speak. Anyway, I'm the type of person that I won't rest until I find out what it is and fix it. I think we need a 1-lap shootout. Oh, KK's left the room, left the lobby. We could have had a 1-lap shootout, and we could just spectate it. And just settle the score. Now I'm thinking, as it looks like the stream is really struggling right now. I just wonder, maybe we wrap it up. On the one hand, early, but on the other hand, it is 11:30 on Saturday. And if we wrap it up now, I can spend an hour or so kind of troubleshooting this, because I have the time now. Whereas during the week, I literally finish other things I need to be doing, and I jump in the seat, and get the stream going, and turn on the wheel as I'm going live, and can't really afford to have these issues. Then just ruin the whole evening for the stream. I'm sure between KK and Steve, it's one of those things where it's just it's a bit of lag maybe, but also it's just one person's understeering, the other person's oversteering. There's contact, and the contact physics are a bit weird. And it might look more intentional than it is. Yeah, you can. I stream all of my races, and you can see how many times I pump people because I'm too late on the brakes and stuff like that. I don't always let people back through. It's kind of if there's no point. That's kind of GT sport. I think everyone is a little bit hypocritical, myself included, in terms of expecting the cleanest racing, but then also kind of glossing over the times when we, by accident, make contact. That's the good thing about the stream, you can just talk about it, and we'll be racing all again next Sunday, hopefully. It's not like a daily race where you feel like you can't tell your side of the story. I'm sweating. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll wrap up the stream there, because I can see that there's all sorts of things flashing on the streaming dash in a bad way. It's like when you buy a second-hand car and a few months in, suddenly all the lights start flashing. It's like that. So I'm going to go and fix that. Thanks all for joining. Thanks a lot for bearing with the kind of streaming issues. It was a really fun lobby again. Two kind of staple races. I'm going to try and do a lot more daily racing next week. I'm not going to be doing any iRacing. We'll probably do FIA on Wednesday, but otherwise I'm going to stick to the daily racing. I'm going to try and do it on the main account, even though that might be a stupid idea. I want to race at the highest possible standards, and I feel like with the old account, sometimes we're just kind of doing it to avoid losing SR. KK, I'll accept tomorrow. We'll have to host that. Whenever Steve and KK, whenever you're ready, on a weekday evening, we'll set up a shootout, and I'll just spectate like this. We'll just spectate like this, and we can call it. I'm looking forward to it already. For the bragging rights, and also the King's driving rights. But let me know in a comment or something if you're up for that. Otherwise, I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks as always for joining. You guys completely make the stream. I feel very lucky that I can basically do something that I enjoy, and I really enjoy the racing fundamentally. So I'm just so lucky that I can do something I enjoy, and the setup is usually good. I'll kind of bring that back into line, and we all enjoy it, and we can do the Sunday lobbies where we all race together, which I think is like a really good kind of regular thing. But thanks everyone for joining. Thanks KK, thanks Greg. I'll keep the lobby going open because I'm going to be messing around with stream settings. Thanks everyone, thanks Al. Thanks Al for the liveries as well. Let's take another look at that livery. There we go. There she blows. And I have zero skill when it comes to liveries. I literally have no. I even tried to upload a decal today and I couldn't do it. So massive respect for both Al and on the podium for his Renault style liveries. Thanks Tat Grant. Sorry it was a kind of short stream when you joined. Thanks for your comments on all the videos as well. Do you check out the iRacing video of the F3 Championship, where I've just tried to commentate over it, and it was quite an exciting race for me. I'd be interested to know if the format is interesting or not. Amin Alamein, I just got here. Sorry mate, we're just leaving, but daily race A is Monza Group 4, 4 laps. Slipstream week, which is actually stronger than real life. Why is Is there a stronger setting than weak? I don't know. But kind of go in knowing that you're going to risk from SR. Anyway, instead of going on, I'm going to end the stream now and I'm going to sort out the stream stuff. I'll leave a comment under the kind of the YouTube page for the next stream when it's live, letting you know what I've done and how it hopefully should be better. And then we have the 4K card coming. But I hope everyone has a very good evening. Thanks all for joining. Great racing with you all. I feel like my racing's in a really good place. I hope everyone else feels the same because we are practicing a lot. Yeah, have a very good night. Have a great start to the week and